All right, all right, all right. Let me check this phone out to make sure I am live in this group. Are we live? Am I live? Y'all know I can't never get this thing right. I can't. There we go. There we go. There we go. So, good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, ladies. I hope everyone is doing well. Today, on this good marketing moment, I'm just going to kick it with y'all real quick about digital marketing strategy foundations. But before I go into all of that, I will introduce myself. So, for those of you who do not know me, I am Angela M. Mitchell, and I am an author and oh, I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I am a certified content marketing strategist and digital marketing specialist. And I am the owner and CEO and founder of Back to Her. And I'm also the director of sales and marketing at Victoria Shoe Press. So that was a whole lot, wasn't it? So I am popping in here. People have been asking me, a couple of ladies have asked me a couple of different times about digital marketing strategies and how to use these strategies to get in front of their audience, to get their product in front of their audience, and basically developing their brand because it is a part of brand development. Excuse me. So I decided to do this live and give these three quick tips. I got 3 tips for laying the foundation for your digital marketing strategy. And yes, I am looking at my notes and my other screen. So, foundation for digital marketing strategy. Before you get into any strategy, before you create any content, before you go live, before you send an email, before you do any of that, let me go back to the comments. But before you do any of that, what you have to do is excuse me, come up with a strategy, a strategy and the goals of your strategy. You know what I mean? So you don't want to yeah. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I can see. Sorry about that, y'all, because I couldn't see and I needed to see. All right, so thank you for joining, whoever that is. I can't tell who it is, but thank you for joining anyway. But as I was saying, when you decide that you want to create a digital marketing strategy, you want to know what the strategy is for, and who it's for, whether it's for a product, whether it's for a service, whatever the goal is. So, a couple of goals that you can attach to your digital marketing strategy would be brand awareness. So, do you want to increase your brand awareness? Do you want to get your brand in front of a new audience, or just, maybe you're a new brand and you want to get out there, period? Excuse me. So, that can be the goal, one of the goals of your strategy. Would it be to establish yourself as an expert in your niche? Um, Expand your network. Those are things that you can do with your brand marketing strategy, and those are goals that you can have with that strategy, right? And the thing about it is that whatever your marketing efforts are, your digital marketing efforts, whether it's again email, social media, whether you're driving web traffic, whether it's search engine optimization, whatever it is that you're using in your strategy is going to do, you want those all of those 3 things to be the goal, because you want to increase the awareness of your brand, you want to establish yourself as an expert, and you want to expand your network, because of course your network is your net worth. So if you are connecting with people in your niche or people outside of your niche, you're just connecting with people that you can do business with. You're putting yourself, with this digital marketing strategy, putting yourself out there and people seeing you is one way to be able to connect. So that is tip number 1. And I won't be before y'all too long. I'm doing this quick. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is that you have to listen to your audience, listen to your target. But before you can listen to them, before you can share your brand message with them, before you can do any of that, you have to know who they are and where they are and what they want, right? So you need to know your audience. I think any type of training that you've ever taken, if you've ever taken a training, if you are a business owner, because of course, everyone in here is not, but maybe you aspire to be, whatever the case may be. So I'm just going over all of it, or at least these first 3 tips. But you have to know who your audience is, because if you don't know what to sell them. or what to bring before them, what content to use, what products to create. So you want to develop an ideal customer profile or an ICB now or ICP. So let me say that you do have like a target market, a target audience, but you also have a specific ideal customer profile. And so when you're creating that profile, you want to break it down to like it's just one person. You know what I mean? So you're talking to this one person with your brand marketing strategy, with your digital marketing strategy. You want to be able to rope this person in, and then you think of this one person as your audience, right? So you want to be able to understand what they need and if you can provide the help that they're looking for. So just as an example, and I'm looking on my other screen, as an example of like you're breaking down your target audience or your ideal customer profile, right? So I'm just going to use this one as the example. So it's a woman, and this woman's name is Tracy, right? So Tracy is 35 to 55 years old. She has a college level education. She lives in urban areas, which means she's a city girl, right? In North America. And this is just, this is just what Tracy is doing. Tracy likes to follow Iyanla Van Zandt. I have to say her name like that, but she likes to follow Iyanla Van Zandt. She is really big in women focused Facebook groups. So those are things that she gets into. And Tracy wants to leave her job. Tracy wants to leave her current job and start her own business, but Tracy needs help with time management, focus, task completion, and goal setting. So that's telling you who she is, how old she is. It tells you all of that good stuff. So those are like the demographics that you would need to decide who your person is, right? So also, she said what her pain point is. She wants to leave her business, or I'm sorry, she wants to leave her job to start her own business, but she needs help with time management. She needs help with focusing, completing tasks, and goal setting. So those, if those are services that you offer, then that would be perfect for Stacy. Wait a minute, my stuff. Yeah, there it go. That would be perfect for Stacy. So, or Tracy. I didn't call her Stacy, but it's Tracy, right? So that is number two. That's tip number two. Tip number three. Oh wait, before I go to tip number three. So with your with Tracy or your avatar or your customer profile or whomever it is, whatever it is you want to call it. So we said the demographics, right? So the demographics are age, gender, is she married, what is her education, does she have any kids, where she lives at, all that good stuff. So psychographics is something different. Psychographics are what are the values that Tracy has or whoever. We going with Tracy. So what are Tracy's values? What are her priorities and what are her what is her personality? So is Tracy someone who values integrity, who values respect, who values trust, authenticity, those type of things? And you want her values to line up with what your mission and the vision of your brand is, or some of the values that your brand has. What priorities does Tracy have? So is Tracy really in? Does she really want to start this business? Is that a priority for her? Or, does she really want to stay at her job? Or does she have what she needs or whatever to start this, whatever she's starting, right? And her personality, is Tracy happy? Is she, oh my goodness. Is Tracy happy? Is she sad? Is she funny? You know what I mean? What is her personality? And you want to be able to speak to that. So when you're coming up with this customer profile and you're putting this all together, you want to make sure that your message goes to Tracy or whoever your profile is, whoever your avatar is, right? So that's number two. And then tip number three is get clear on your brand and your brand message. So if you are not clear on your brand, if you don't know what your brand stands for, what it's about, then no one else is going to know. So you can create all the audiences that you want, but if you don't know what they're looking for, you don't know what they want, how and what you stand for, right? You want to be able to create a brand that you can stand on, a brand that you can be proud of, right? So you want to make sure that you're clear on it. So number one, who are you? Who are you as a brand? Again, what do you stand for, right? What do you stand for? Are you a person that's or a brand that stands for integrity? Are you a brand that supports women? Are you a brand that supports entrepreneur? What is your brand? What do you stand for? right? Who are you? Who are you as a brand? Where did you come from? People love a good story. People want to know who you are, where you came from, what your struggle is, and why you created this brand. And not necessarily what your struggle is, but just what your story is. You know what I mean? How did this brand come about? What's the story of your brand? And then, of course, what is your vision? What is the vision for your brand? So, what do you hope to achieve with your brand? And who do you hope to achieve it for? For my brand, I hope to be able to empower as many women as possible, as many, hopefully a million, right? As many women as possible. I want to empower them to reignite their passion. I want to empower them to rediscover their purpose and reinvent themselves. I want to empower them to create boss brands so that they can, start their businesses and they can create the lives that they've been dreaming about. So those are the things that my vision are and my mission. And anyone's mission is how do you do those things? So how do you achieve your vision? So the way I achieve my vision is through classes, is through one-on-one and group coaching and those type of things. So that's how I achieve the vision of helping women start businesses and build boss brands and show up, right? Helping women show up digitally to established engaged audiences, right? To establish their digital presence, to establish themselves as an expert. So those are the things that we're doing here at Back to Her. So when you think of your brand, you want to be clear, right, on what you're doing and who you're doing it for. And the next thing is like, what emotional benefit does your brand have? And when I say that, I'm saying, how does your brand make, people feel when they interact with you? So do they feel, empowered? Do they feel safe? Do they connect with your brand? Do they feel like they can, they really relate to what you're talking about, what your message is, what your products and services are? Just how do you make them feel? Because think about it. If a brand turns you off, or and it's not just about a product or a service, if a brand is not authentic, if a brand makes you feel like you're just a number in the crowd, then you're probably not going to want to do business with that brand. So that is it, right? Those are the three marketing tips that I have for today. And that's just a little bitty tip of the digital marketing iceberg. So those are the three things, right, that we are talking about. That's what we're talking about. And so the next thing is, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've created an event for it. I do believe there's like a post in there about it. The 14-day, the Art of Womanhood 14-day Unleash Your Inner Goddess Challenge. So what is that about? Let me put this up on the screen. Oh, it don't want to come up on the screen. It don't want to come on the screen. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me put this on the screen. There it is. So the unleash your inner goddess. I can't talk today. The unleash your inner goddess challenge. It is a 14-day challenge, and we are going to get into it. I keep saying that we are living like we have a whole bunch of time. We don't have no time. We don't have no time to play around. We don't have no time to not fulfill our dreams, to not go after things that we've been waiting to go after, right? Let me go in this chat and see what I see. Okay, there it is. And so, again, you know what I'm saying? We want to be able to unleash that woman. I turned 50 years old last September, and I didn't know what in the world I wanted to do. In that space and in that time, I was a little scared. I was a little nervous, like, wait a minute, I'm 50. Shit, that's half a century, right? So you get to thinking like, man, I got more time behind me than I do in the front of me. And so it was this time period has been all about reinventing myself, reigniting my passion, rediscovering my purpose, and just walking in it and using my purpose to impact the lives of others. Right? That's what you should be doing with it. And so in this season of 50 and beyond, it's all about reinvention. And that's what this challenge is about. It's about unleashing your inner goddess, embracing your womanhood, stepping into this next half and making it your best half. And so we're going to go over reinventing physically, You know what I mean? Being more conscious and mindful of what you put in your body. That's one of the things I've done. I lost a bunch of weight, all of that other stuff. Reinventing your mindset, getting rid of those toxic thoughts that keep you stuck, where you are, that type of deal. So we're digging into those things, your mindset, your physical body, right? Trying to find your purpose in all of this mess. So maybe you want to reinvent your finances, right? Maybe you want to reinvent your career. So there's so many different ways that you can reinvent yourself, and that's what this challenge is about. So here on the screen is, you can use your phone. If you have those QR reader things on there, you go ahead and scan that code. It'll take you right to the landing page for the challenge. And during this challenge, you will get a workbook. It will be live. There's a separate group, so you actually have to register for the challenge in order to be put in the challenge group. And then there, of course, are resources that you would get. There is a workbook and stuff that you'll be able to download. You can use it to follow along over these 14 days. There will be prizes given away in the group. I haven't solidified every single one, but a couple of prizes are going to be given away for most engaged people who are participating and showing up in this challenge, right? So yeah, click on it. The link, I believe, is showing up in the comment. At least that's what I think that might be showing up somewhere else. Oh, there you go. Okay, I don't know what I was doing, y'all. But yeah, there it is. Unleash Your Inner Goddess Challenge. You want to check that out. I'm going to also, wait a minute, let me put a link in the comments. I probably didn't close this thing out. So, okay, I won't put it in the comments right now, but I will put it in the comments. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do it now. I didn't knock myself off the screen. But let's see. We're going to go and get this link for y'all, and I'm going to put it in these comments so y'all will have it. Y'all can click on it. Y'all can join this challenge. Get with me on this challenge, y'all. And it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. That's my thing telling me somebody is on my website, and it's me. All right. So I'm dropping the link in the comments so that you can get on up in here with us, right? And get up in this challenge. So I hope to see you. I hope you join the challenge. And I also hope that these 3 digital marketing tips for your marketing strategy was helpful. If you joined the replay, go ahead and push hashtag replay in there. If you did not, and also let me know where you're from, and let everyone else in the group know where you're from. So when you come into the comments, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, who you are, who you're with, all that good stuff. And if it's on the replay, hashtag replay, and just let me know you watched. So again, I am Angie Mitchell. I am glad that you came here. I'm glad that I was able to jump in front of you guys for a few minutes. So be on the lookout for different pop-ups, different lives, different marketing moments, and other things that I got coming up in the group. So I am up off this thing, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Deuce.